Good morning everyone. Myself Patel ma'am from SGM College Karad, and today I am going to teach you the subject secretarial practice. Now in the secretarial practice we have started with the chapter number 2, that is the sources of corporate finance. Sources of corporate finance we have seen is the chapter from where the finance is going to be raised into the company. On this the chapter is fully based. Sources of corporate finance or sources of finance is fully divided into two parts: the sources of owned capital, the sources of borrowed capital. Owned capital is divided further into two parts. Shares and retained earnings. Shares are further divided into two parts, that is equity shares and preference shares. Like this we have seen up till now the sources of owned capital. In the last lecture I have started with the sources of borrowed capital. Borrow means to borrow, like borrowing comes into various parts. Borrowing, when you borrow, like company is more in the need of a finance, company wants to raise more finance. At that time, from where the company is going to raise, always issuing of shares cannot be done. So at that time the company can issue debentures, deposit, bonds, etc., or take a loan from a commercial bank or a big financial institution. Like this the company can do. Okay, so in the last lecture we have seen about the retained earnings. Then I have teach the sources of borrowed capital, in that debenture, meaning, definition and features. 7 point was teach to you, and the 7 point was left over here that we will see today. Okay, so debenture you know very well now. Debenture include the borrowed capital of the company. Debenture is derived from the Latin word debere, which means to owe a debt. Okay, so always remember debenture include into the borrowed capital of the company, and we have seen the 7 features of that, and the 7 features was left. Today we will see this. Okay, so the 7 features which were left, today we will see that, and total 14 features are there. In that 7 was teaching in the last lecture, and the 7 I teach you today. So over here the next one which we will see in the features of debenture is the parties to debenture. Now what are the parties to debenture? Means how many parties are included into the debenture. Like over here 3 parties are said over here. The first is the company, the second one is the debenture holder itself, and the third one is the trustees. When you think about the various parties of debenture, these 3 parties are always included whenever the debenture part comes over here. So these 3 parties are what? Let's see over here. The 3 parties, the first one is the A, company itself. Now company is what? This is the entity which borrows the money. Like debenture can be used from which part? Can be used where the company is going to issue. Now company is going to issue the debenture, that means company is going to borrow the money. So the first one in the parties to debenture is the company itself. Company is such a one who is going to borrow the money. The second one is the debenture holder. Now second one you know very well, the person who purchased the debenture of the company becomes the debenture holder of the company. Yes or no? You all know very well. When you purchase a share, you become a shareholder. When you purchase a debenture, you become a debenture holder of the company. So in the second feature, like party to debenture, the second one is the B1, which is debenture holder. The debenture holder is such a one who purchased the debenture of the company, and automatically he becomes a debenture holder. So debenture holders are the parties who provide loan and receive a debenture certificate as an evidence. Like when you are purchasing share, you become a shareholder, you get a share certificate, which is the acknowledgement that you know that I am owning a share. Okay, share certificate is what? Is the evidence. Just like that, a debenture holder gets a debenture certificate, which is having an evidence. You need some evidence, you need some proof. Yes or no? Okay. So parties to debentures are 3. First is the company who borrow the money. The second one is a debenture holder who purchase a debenture, become a debenture holder, and gets a debenture certificate, which acts as a evidence. And number 3 is a trustee. This is the unknown part which you don't know. Trustee is a company a company always appoint a trustee. Now what is debenture trustee? Let's see now. A company always appoint a debenture trustee if it is offering debenture to more than 500 people. That means if a company is issuing the debenture more than 500, okay, to the people, at that time they have to appoint a trustee. This is a party through whom the company is going to deal with the debenture holder. A trustee is such a party who is going to deal with the debenture holder. Okay, now you know very well, like if two parties are there, at that time how you are going to link these two parties? Like to link these two parties, a trustee is such a one who is going to link these two parties. So it is very important. Trustee is important. When the company is issuing more than 500 debenture, at that time they have to appoint a debenture trustee. The company has to always make an arrangement with a trustee, which is known as a trust deed. What is that known as? A trust deed. When a company is appointing a trustee, you always make a trust deed which contains the rules, regulations, rights of a debenture holder, power of a trustee, and obligations to the company. So what is trustee is going to do? Trustee is going to make a link between the two onto the company, etc. He is going to know all the rights and all. So he is acting as like a link only, which is appointed by the trustee, which is appointed by the company itself. Got it, everyone? Okay. 8th one was the parties to company. The 9th one is the status of debenture holder. Now tell me, what is the status of a debenture holder? The status of a debenture holder, first of all, debenture holder is a creditor of the company. Yes or no? Because the debenture holder gives credit to the company, so he is known as a debenture holder. Status is always what? He is a creditor of the company. Since debenture is a loan taken by the company, interest is payable on its fixed rate and at a fixed interval until the debenture is redeemed. That means when you purchase the debenture holder, you become a creditor of the company, you get the interest on the debenture at a fixed interval period up till your debenture is not redeemed. That means up till the maturity period, you are going to get the fixed rate of interest. Okay, that is the status of the debenture holder. Always remember, status is like a creditor of the company. Next is number 10, security. Now debenture holder is generally secured at two types of rate. First is fixed rate and second is floating rate. Yes or no? So two type it is said as the debenture is secured at two type. First is floating and fixed charge on asset onto the company. If the company is not in a position to make a payment of interest or repayment, the debenture holder are going to sell off the charged property and recover the money. Always remember, the company security is what? As security is related with the charge on the asset. This charge on asset, that means the debenture holder is going to charge on company asset when the interest is not paid. Always remember, when the interest is not paid and the repayment of capital is not done to the debenture holder up till the maturity period, at that time the debenture holder can sell the property, can charge on the company asset and can recover their money. So always remember, good security is there. Always they are generally secured onto the fixed or floating charge onto the assets of the company. And if the companies are not in a position, the debenture holder can sell the property and can receive their money. Understood, everyone? That is what status of the that is what security. Number 11 is issuer. Now, who can issue the debenture? We know very well, debentures can be issued by both the public company as well as the private company. Debenture can be issued by public as well as the private company. So, issuer is the both company, whether it's a private or it's a public company. Next is listing. Now what is listing? Always remember, debenture has to be listed with at least one recognized stock exchange. Always remember, debenture must be listed at least one recognized stock exchange. You know stock exchange? Stock exchange is such a place where buying and selling of securities are done. Securities that are related with the share, debenture, bond, deposits, etc. Okay? So always remember, at least one stock exchange it should be listed. That was point number number 12. Okay. Point number 13 is transferability. Now, what transferability means? To transfer the shares from one person to another. So, debenture can easily be transferred. Okay, debenture can be transferred from one person to another through the instrument of transfer. Always remember, in the debenture holder part, two parties are there: the transferor and transferee. Transferor is the person who transfer to transferee, and in between them an instrument of transfer which is acting like a terms conditions has to be signed. So every time the transferability can be there of debenture, but with the instrument of transfer it can be done with a very easier way. And the last is no voting right. No voting right. Voting right is given according to section 71 bracket 2 of the Companies Act 2013. No company shall issue any debenture carrying any voting right. You know very well, debenture holder does not carry any voting right. They are not liable to vote any of the general meeting of the company. So they do not have voting rights. Understood everyone? Yes or no? So in the last lecture I have teach you 7 points, and today I have teach you the 7 point over here that is related to the debenture. Okay. Now after this we will see the next point. The next point is the types of debentures. Okay. Now we will see the next point, which is the types of debenture. Let's see now. This is very important. And according to the diagram, we will go over here the types of debenture we will see. Debenture is fully divided into three parts. The first is on the basis of security. Second is on the basis of transfer. Third is on the basis of repayment. And the fourth is on the basis of conversion. You can see over here fully the types of debenture is divided into four big types. First is on the basis of security. The first is secured debenture. The second is unsecured debenture. Secured debentures, unsecured debentures. The second is on the basis of transfer. The first is registered debenture and bearer debenture. Registered debenture and bearer debenture. On the basis of repayment, it is redeemable and irredeemable. Redeemable and irredeemable. And then on the basis of conversion, it is divided into two parts: convertible and non-convertible. Convertible and non-convertible. Okay, let's see now into detail over here. On the basis of security, on the basis of transfer, on the basis of repayment, and on the basis of conversion. Let's see into detail the types of debenture. Types of debenture on the basis of security, it is divided into two parts. The first is secured and the another is unsecured. Secured debentures are those debentures who charge onto the company asset. Yes or no? So these debentures, secured debentures are always secured. The property of the company may be charged as a security of a loan. Yes or no? If I am a debenture holder, if I purchase a debenture, secured debenture, at that time as a security, it is going to charge on company asset. This security may be onto the some particular asset which are fixed as well as floating, or it may be charged onto this part. These are secured through a trust deed. Through a trust deed which is signed between the company and debenture holder and trustee, a secured debenture can be there. Secured when a person person purchase a secured debenture, it charge on company asset onto the two types charging, that is fixed charge or some asset which are floating. Okay. Some particular asset are there on which fixed charge is there, and some asset is which is in general to them floating charges put up onto the company by the debenture holder when it purchase, and always it is secure through a trust deed. When a trust deed is signed, at that time it is secure. So that is secured debenture. Unsecured debentures are those debentures which are not secured. Yes or no? That's so easy. So the company, the debenture which has no security, the issue of unsecured debenture is now prohibited by the Companies Act 2013. According to the Companies Act 2013, the company has prohibited to have been issuing unsecured debenture. Number 1 is on the basis of security, secured, who charge on company asset, fixed charge or floating charge, a trust deed is there, and unsecured is there, not charging, no security is there, and according to the Act of 2013 it is prohibited. Number 1. Number 2 is on the basis of transferability. Okay, it is divided into two parts. The first is registered debenture and the next is the bearer debenture. Registered debentures are those in which the name of the holder holders are recorded, and the company maintain register of debenture holder in which the name, address, which type of debenture it is purchased, rupees, etc. Everything is written on that, and every time the transfer of register require the execution of transfer deed. Like when you want to transfer the registered debenture, at that time you need what? Transfer deed. Okay, but here in the bearer is opposite. In the register, the name, address, everything is written in the register of debenture holder. When you become a debenture holder, when you purchase debenture, your name is put in the register of debenture holder. Bearer is opposite. In the bearer part, the name is not there. The holder of the person, the holder who is holding it, become the debenture holder. Okay, so bearer debenture, in that name of the holders are not recorded, does not appear in the register of debenture holder. Such debentures are just transferred by mere hand delivery. That means if today I am having this, I have given to that person. If she is having, at that time she is the owner. And so payment of interest is made with the means of coupon attached to debenture certificate. Okay, when debenture certificate is given, at that time a coupon is attached to that and payment of interest is given according to that. You know very well, interest is paid to the debenture holder. So registered debenture, easily it cannot be transferred from one person to another. Trust deed is there. For that you have to relate with the trust deed, and for that what you need? You need the name, address, everything is written in the register of debenture holder. Bearer debenture is what? Bearer debentures are those debentures which can be given by mere hand delivery. The name is not written onto the certificate and the name is not written onto the register of debenture holder also. The name of the holders are not recorded in the bearer debenture. Okay, so on the basis of transfer, it is divided into two parts, the registered debenture and bearer debenture. Next is on the basis of repayment, it is divided into two parts. The first is redeemable and the second is irredeemable. Redeemable debentures are mostly payable at the end of some fixed period as mentioned in the debenture certificate. Redeemable are what? Payable when the maturity period is completed. But whatever the maturity period may be there for 3 years, 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. After the maturity period, before it is going to pay. Okay, so redeemable debentures are payable at the end of the fixed period as mentioned in the debenture certificate. Repayment can be made at fixed date at the end of the specific period or by installment during the lifetime of the company. The provision of repayment is normally in the trust deed. Okay, so it may be paid as a lump sum amount fully, or it may be paid as an installment during the lifetime of the company. So you are going to get interest also and the repayment of capital also. Always remember, interest plus repayment of capital can be get only with the help of redeemable debenture you can get. Irredeemable debentures are those kind when it is not repayable during the lifetime of the company. It is opposite. See, here repayable of payment capital along with the interest is there, and here irredeemable is what you are not going to get during the lifetime of the company. So these are repayable only after the liquidation of the company, or when there is a breach of any condition, or when some contingency arises. If it is there in the contract, if any problem arises, or during the winding of the company, winding means lockout, during the winding up of the company you may get. Otherwise, during the lifetime of the company, up till the existence of the company is there, you are going to not get the irredeemable debenture. Interest also and payment of capital also you will not get. Okay, got it everyone? So redeemable debenture, after a fixed period of time, you are going to, after the maturity period, you are going to get the payment of interest as well as what you are going to get with that capital also. Irredeemable is opposite to that. The next is on the basis of conversion. Name is only given. On the basis of conversion, it is divided into two parts. The first is convertible debenture and the second is non-convertible debenture. Convertible debentures are those debentures which can be converted very easily into equity shares, and non-convertible by easily only if this is converted and this is not converted. Okay, so convertible debentures give right to the holder to convert them into equity share after a fixed period of a time. That means after a fixed period, if you want to convert the convertible debenture, it can be converted into equity shares. So over here, this right is mentioned in the debenture certificate. The issue of convertible and debenture, always remember with that you need what? Everything should be mentioned, and a period is decided. After that period, you can convert it into equity share. These debentures are very advantageous for the holder because this conversion right, convertible debenture, is entitled to equity share at the rate lower than the market value. Yes, of course, it will be very fruitful to whom? To the debenture holder. Why? Because equity shares, whatever value is there, market value, less than that, he can get the equity share. So it is very advantageous of getting the convertible debentures because it can be converted into the equity share at a fixed period of a time, after the fixed period of a time. Next is non-convertible. Non-convertible debentures are those debentures which cannot be converted into equity shares on the maturity. Yeah, maturity timing is there. After that it can be converted. Here it is not converted. These debentures are redeemed on maturity date, and these debentures suffer from disadvantage where there is no appreciation in the value. Okay, here advantage is there and here disadvantage is there. Got it everyone? Okay, so today we all have seen the 7 debenture which will there, and we have seen types of debentures which are divided into 4 big parts. On the basis of security, secured debenture who charge on company asset, unsecured who doesn't charge on company asset, register where the name is written over here, bearer where the name is not returned by mere handlery, it can get. On the basis of repayment, redeemable which can be redeemed after a fixed period, no irredeemable which cannot be redeemed during the lifetime after the lockdown. That means winding up, it can be there. On the basis of conversion, convertible debenture which can be converted into equity share after the maturity period which is given, and non-convertible debentures which cannot be converted into equity share. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you.